Everybody, Josh Jr. here for yet another not a rock hounding adventure. And I'm making that very clear. This is not a rock hounding adventure. But we're someplace that's pretty stinking cool. We are at the Big Obsidian Flow at the Newberry National Volcanic Monument. Boy, that's a mouthful. And look right here. Removing of obsidian is prohibited. So I'm going to bring you guys along, and we're just going to come up here and look at it. And we're going to take a close look at it, take some time, and enjoy it. So here's information about the Big Obsidian Flow. And that kind of gives you an idea of how big the Obsidian Flow is. And I might see about trying to insert another aerial picture of it here. Okay, we're going to walk up here. And we're going to show you some cool stuff. We're just a little ways up the trail here, coming up to the staircase. This is Central Oregon's most recent eruption, 1,300 years ago. And there's a mix of pumice and obsidian here. And we'll do a close-up look at this obsidian. This is basically a black obsidian that's not translucent, and it's got flow bands in it. From observation from here, and I'm going to go up to it and put my hands on it and feel it, I don't think this is near the quality of obsidian that we can find at Glass Butte, Davis Creek, or at Burns. And see, now here is some of the pumice. Okay, so we're going to go up these stairs. I'm going to take a minute after I get up there, catch my breath, because I'm a desk jockey. I work a desk job, and I'll be going to try to block this wind from you. Close-up view of a piece. Yeah, what I'm seeing so far, it's cool looking, but the quality for my purposes is not there. That one there looks like it's got some silver sheen in it, which would be kind of expected here. Actually meet some pretty nice people up here. Nice to talk with you, Brian. Anyways, look at this mound of pumice and obsidian. And you can see some of the obsidian glimmering in the sunshine. We got some people coming up, so I want to move up. Took a little side shoot off the trail so I could stand here and show you guys all this. Most of this is pumice. There's some pretty cool obsidian up here. I'm going to go over to that area. That's where the main trail is at. And we'll get some close-up shots of it. Okay, I come up here and took a seat next to some pretty cool-looking obsidian here. Now, what I've noticed is that most of this here is your traditional black opaque with some silver sheen in it. And you got to remember, the silver sheen is a bunch of tiny little air pockets in it. Pretty impressive on just the volume of the material that's here. But as compared to what I'm used to working, this is low quality. But it's very impressive to come up here and look at it. Okay, I got to stand back up and wait for the Mrs. Jaws Jr. to catch up with me. And we're going to continue up the trail. Okay, up. A little bit higher. More of the same. And very impressive. So if you're ever in Central Oregon, you've got to come up to the Newberry crater and check this out. It's only a 3/4 mile hike. Bring some good shoes and go for a walk in Oregon's most recent lava flow. Here's a good example. Let's see if you can see the sheen here. Yep. Well, I can see the sheen in this area right here. But this obsidian is, like I said, it's an average quality, a little below average. So don't think you're being cheated out, you rock hounders, that you can't collect any of this. Now, this is better than the obsidian that is up at Yellowstone National Park by a long ways. But the material at Glass Butte and Davis Creek and at Burns and other places here in Oregon is much better. So you're not missing out on much. But you're missing out on a view if you're not here. And here's some information about the different tooling. A lot of us are very familiar with this. And we're going to continue up the trail. See, now this area here is mostly pumice. Very little obsidian in it. And I don't know how it's well it's coming up, but that hillside right there, there's a lot of obsidian in it. You can tell by the reflection. Let me do this. There you go. Sorry for the noise coming down, and I hope there was no foul language in that. Okay, I just talked to a gentleman who's up here with a bunch of kids, and they were looking for rainbow obsidian up here, and so I pointed them down to Glass Butte, of course. And so they're going to check that out. So this is fun. Coming up here, helping people out, talking to different people, and looking at all this cool stuff around here. I still hear him saying to his boys, don't forget, #1 Jaws Jr. So #1, then Jaws Jr. So that's funny. So I might have a new subscriber. So if you're watching this video, sir, you're the one with the kids that we were talking up here on the Obsidian Flows. Nice to meet you. But continuing my leisurely walk, can't even call this a hike, a leisurely walk up here. And the higher we get, the more obsidian we get into. Now here's a busy boulder. We've got some of the obsidian down below. Then there's some rhyolite. Then continued up with some obsidian with a tree growing out of it. This explains a lot with what's going on here. And then you've got very poor quality obsidian with pumice in the same boulder there. Okay, we'll continue on up the trail here. Even a bigger tree up here. And as I was talking to the gentleman with the kids, the Mrs. Jaws Jr. took off ahead of me, so I have no idea where she's at. She could be up here waiting to pounce on me. Now this wall is pretty interesting to me. Starts off at low with pumice, a little bit of obsidian, then you got another band of obsidian, more pumice, then you got this big band of obsidian. And look how it's cracked. This kind of helps you understand why you always find it in chunks like this. And this band looks like it's some pretty quality stuff. Continue up the trail. Up, I found the Mrs. Jaws Jr. She's above me taking pictures. And I can't blame her. This place is beautiful. Because look at here. Let's do this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is incredible. That's Paulina Lake. That's the lake that we are camping on in this trip. And that campground is in a separate video. So be sure to look for it, because it's a fun little campground. There's Paulina Peak in the background. Look at that big upwelling of obsidian right there. Well, with us being at the top of the trail, this is no better place than bring this video to an end. Showing you around some more. Up at the Big Obsidian Flow, Newberry National Monument. This is the Adventures of Jaws Jr. Have a good one, everybody. See ya!